a star that lights the road. I'll take this ride and just drive. I wanna be the only one to make it to the light. I'll take it to the edge where I lived 1,000 lives. But maybe I could be the one right into the setting sun tonight. Just
welcome back to the brand new season. It's a McLaren front row lookout. So we don't turn down a pole for Box and P2. This is a home drive played outside the Davis era. Ultra versus Theo, Tom Neon, Bravo, Sebastian Campo, Carlos Eduardo, Rafael Ferrari, UK1, Livery, Dale Brock-Bissaro, Theo Headley, Nicholas Palomino, Taco Van Horn, Akara Sato, Silla, Matt Hart, 2 Williams, Matt Farm, and Spiky CB. Here we are for the opening round of the season. 5 red lights. And we're underway. The McLarens expectedly get a good start off the front row. Vendetto will have the advantage of the track position, but Adler's got a much better launch. And look at take the lead in the first corner. He's got the inside line. That's always what you want to see. And Adelaide moves through into the lead of this Grand Prix. Legend Sonic maintains third. Ultra moving up into 4th place. No chaos on the start, luckily, for these drivers. So that means they are all nice and safe. So I can see we get ahead of Lamfong there. The Williams, not good on power. They are by far the worst car this season. So therefore, it's expected to get 21st and 22nd every race. Unless some chaos happens. As Mark Adelaide has lost the lead once again to Vendetto. He's back up into the lead this race. Adelaide will be trying to get that place back. McLaren will be battling it out as down the straight in towards turn 11. Adelaide takes back the lead. Ultra, leader of the soft tire runners, Blazer takes that status back. He's back up into 3rd place. Ultra trying to get that 3rd place back as well. These two are scrapping down for 3rd. However, they've got to worry about the McLarens in front, who are both on medium tyres. They're on softs. So they'll really have to try and get past these guys as soon as humanly possible, or else things will not go their way this race. So getting them positions is the most important thing at the start of this Grand Prix. As on the lap 2, Adelaide's still the leader. So yeah, he managed to go from 2nd up to 1st in the opening part of the race. Vendetto's going to try and fight this one back down the inside of turn 1. He takes the lead once again. And is leading the race. He's got DRS on Adelaide. So Adelaide's losing time. This is good play, Sonic, but he's not managed to get the exit out of turn 3 that he would have wanted, so he's not been able to get ahead of that McLaren. He came all down to 9th position. Eduardo in P10, Bogdassar in P13. Ocampo's trying to break through the top 10, which he does so. And now he's in the 10th position. You'll want to try and get 9th off your cable, but he's going to have to try and secure the place first. Eduardo's fighting it back with a lovely switchback move through turn 9 and 10. Eduardo on the inside is now back into the top 10. Ocampo is going to push his car down this straight. He forced Eduardo to the inside. He's going to try and reclaim his position, and he keeps it. Amazing defense there from the Mercedes as Adelaide and Vendetto alongside each other, heading in towards the last corner. Legend Cycle will be just watching this, thinking how he can get ahead. Well, I don't think he's going to get ahead of him because he's not going to get DRS on this back straight, which is very bad for the hyperdrive, as there we go, no DRS there enabled for him. Vendetto gets fast after this race and is pulled over to the inside line. He's going to go into turn 1 and he's going to try and take that lead back, which he does so. He's now back in the lead. It's an amazing duel here behind the 2 McLarens, who are doing everything here to give us an incredible battle at the opening round of the season here in Bahrain. So now Tom Leon down to 5th position. It's Ultra down to 5th. Now dropping to 6th as Tom Leon moves up into 5th. Versus Theo, having an incredible race right now in 4th position. Blazer Sonic getting up at the 2nd, ahead of Mark Stanley. I don't know where that came from, but he'll be happy with that nonetheless. Versus Theo, looking breaking the top 3 as well. For good line around turn 10, he could very much do that on this straight, but I don't think he'll be able to do it. Blazer Sonic, though, he does have a good chance here to take the lead this race, because the Vendetto he gets no DRS into turn 11. He sends it, the 3-time champion versus the 2-time race winner. round the outside of turn 12, through turn 13, and Benedetto keeps that lead, which he was ever so hoping to keep. Well, he successfully defended. Ravo looking to try and get ahead of his teammate of Ultra Bro. He's on the medium tyres though, which is going to be a bit of an issue for him in trying to get a good place this race. Benedetto and Bledar alongside. You see Benedetto looking over to the right. Marcus Adelaide's got alongside him. Bledar leads the race, but Adelaide does have a good chance here. He can send it in turn 1 if he wants. He is sending it. Bledar not phased at all by the movement. He keeps first, but Adelaide's speed through the corner has allowed him to get another opportunity to try and reclaim the lead in the race. Here we go into turn 1 and turn 4, sorry. Marcus Adelaide now back into the lead of this race. It's incredible battle we're seeing out in front of here. It's Ultra back up into 3rd position. He's made up a lot of places in the last lap there. As Ravo down to 7th place, first Theo drops 6th. Tom Leon still in 5th, but Ultra now back down to 4th as Benedetto's reclaimed his place on the podium. As DRS enabled for most of these guys on the grid. This is looking amazing so far. Will Benedetto go through? Not yet. His softs are wearing out. McLaren are doing everything they should be doing. They're holding up the soft tyre runners, which should give them the benefit later on in this Grand Prix. Because soft tyres, you're probably on an aggressive 2-stop, and to do that, you need to make up time straight away compared to those on the worst compounds. And it is very clear by the performance of Bledar Sonic, this is not going to work if he's on a 2-stop. He's got to probably put on some hards. As Ultra and Tom Leon coming into the pits, Ultra's on the aggressive stop, he's going on to softs. Tom Leon copying him, also going on to softs, coming out the pits, holding up Ultra Bro. That is good for Red Bull. Soft tires coming out for AlphaTauri and also for Opel. Sorry, that's Williams and Opel. My bad. So yeah, Bledar now back in to lead this race. He'll be free to try and push out a gap, but his tyres are already gone. So that is not going to be happening. So now for Ultra and Tom Leon, they'll be trying to cut through this grid. They've got some clean air, which is perfect for them. That's exactly what they'll need in this race. Meanwhile, Benedetto in 2nd place right now. He's going to be looking to try and get the first. However, I think he's just going to be waiting for now. Not going for the move just yet, as the mediums are now starting to wear out. Benedetto's pretty much copying what McLaren done to him, but now applying it to them. I think Benedetto could make a move here into the last corner, but he's not. He's fell back there. He just went alongside him. Now look at these lines, I think they're going in pits. Yeah, Bledar Sonic is. Benedetto isn't, but Adelaide now has got an opportunity to try and get ahead of Benedetto. But yeah, Benedetto with DRS there, that's not good for Marcus Adelaide. The detection point is right here, and I imagine now Adelaide should have another chance to get ahead. Maybe not now, but maybe after turn 10. There's yellow flag in the first sector. Eduardo straight into the wall. Now luckily for him, there's a big gap to Akari Sato. However, he is stuck there right now, and Sato is coming around the first corner, narrowly avoiding. Don't know what's going on, but it's chaos at the start. I mean, after the first pit stop, it's chaos right there. Eduardo's going to be falling back. As Tom Leon's going to get ahead of him. It's a disaster for his Mercedes debut. And it just not went well at all. Davis Arquera going to get ahead of him. He's now up in the 15th place. Bledar Sonic, though, is ahead of Ultra and Tom Leon after all that. So yeah, he managed to perform an overcut, which you never really see happen in F1 Classic. It's incredible to see that happen. Benedetto and Adelaide were fighting once again. That's not going to help them in their race. They're both on the medium, so one's going to probably cut in the pits at the end of the lap, I'd imagine. And that one's going to be Benedetto, who's taking the line into the pit lane. And there we go. He's in. He's came into the pits. Versus Theo's also coming in to get rid of his softs. He managed to extend them for quite a long period of time. 26% they're on. Now as you can see, he's going on to hards. Benedetto moving on to mediums, which can do 8 laps. So this here is going to be a bit of a blessing for McLaren. A medium is possible. Adelaide's tyres are going to be fresher towards the end of the race, which is going to give him the advantage when fighting Benedetto. Ravo, he's just doing his race. There's nothing he can really do to try and get ahead of Adelaide, other than getting a better strategy. But when this race is looking like a one-stop, it's going to be difficult to get a better strategy than someone else, because the pit window margins are so tight. Ultra in his underpowered Ferrari could have another opportunity to try and get ahead of Blade Sonic, as the DRS zone is coming up and he's going to be within a second, so he will be permitted to use the DRS, as there go DRS activated down the straight, but it's not going to be enough to make a move. However, it is enough to close the gap a little bit more, which should benefit him in the race, and of course it'll keep him ahead of Tom Leon. Now for the Vendetta, he's also just closing in that gap to Marcus Adelaide, who comes into the pits. Rabo stays out to do an 8th lap on his tyre, 35% on his mediums. They're very much wearing out. Pledger Sonic looking to become the net race leader. Ultra will not get DRS, and Tom Leon will soar behind the Ferrari, and that is him up into 3rd in a net race 2nd. Now, I don't know if this is enough for DRS. The second point is looking a bit weird, and it is. He's got enough. And there we go, Tom Leon now within DRS range of Blade Sonic. And this is very good for the Red Bull team in this Grand Prix. Obviously, keep him ahead of Ultra and it'll allow him to pull out a gap to him. De Benedetto, he's been on his tyres for 1 lap. So now, it's his goal to try and catch up to the soft runners ahead of him. It's going to be difficult, but he has the advantage of fresher tyres. Rainbow's still leading this race. He's doing a pretty good job. He could just go into another set of mediums. If he goes onto a soft tyre, he can make it to the end of this race. However, the odds of that actually happening are quite low. So we'll have to see what Ferrari do for their tyre strategy. Will they put him on a good strategy, or will it be a bad one? Well, that's what we're going to find out in the final 7 laps of this Grand Prix, coming up to 6. As Raven's in the pit, it's hard. Sorry, it's mediums. That's probably the best bet you can do there. Blade Sonic is now still leading. He's going to be going to another set of tyres at some point. However, with Raven being in such a good place with mediums, he might actually finish ahead of the Nigerian driver, which that is still very much possible. Tom Leon in the pits for a 2nd time already, moving on to the medium tyres. That's going to be his last stint. Looks like Red Bull really have blundered with this strategy, as he's lost so much time at Ravo. He's definitely going to be finishing ahead of him unless something goes horribly wrong for the Ferrari team. You'll never say never in Formula 1. Anything can happen. And now that the race has seemed to have simmered down, let's just go over some of the quick changes for the season. Point system. It's no longer top 10. It's top 15, taking the real-life MotoGP point system. So, just like you know right now about that. Of course, there's been some team changes. Haas has been bought by Ivan Gorov, former driver for Mercedes and Renault. And he now owns that team, which is now known as Opel. They've got Silla, and of course their new signing, which was made last season. Like midway through last season, confirmed, which was livery. As you see there, they're still running Haas helmets, as of course Opel is now just what Haas used to be. Marcus Adelaide, their fastest lap of the race there, in 5th, fighting David Sarkiera very aggressively, might I add. Him and the Ford are having a right old scrap here for 3rd place. We've not really seen Sarkiera much this race. Well, don't forget about him, because he's most certainly here. As the Vendetta now, he's pretty quick. He's going to be quicker than Blade Sonic. He's closing in the gap now to the Nigerian driver, whose soft tyres are struggling. So around turn 10, and that is DRS for the American driver. You can see the Nigerian right in front of him there. Also in the final 5 laps of this race, so if you want to make a second stop, you've got to start thinking about it now. And that is most certainly what this McLaren is doing. He's thinking about the strategy. He knows he can get the end of the race like this. However, Marcus Adelaide behind, don't forget about him. He's got 1 lap fresh tyres, but 1 lap can make a huge difference in this series. And there we go. Blade Sonic looks to be coming in the pits. He is in, but was he coming in for? Nigerian is getting a pit stop from hyperdrive for soft by the looks of it. Sorry, couldn't get the onboard ones. No, they're mediums. Mediums are coming on for the hyperdrive. David Sarkira's copied that. He's on mediums. Same thing for Ultra Bro. David Headley coming in. I can't see what tire he's going for. As pit crews are coming back in to their pits to obviously review their strategies and stuff. As mediums go on for Headley. So Headley and everyone else pretty much who's pitting going for medium. It's clear the softs. Yes, they have good pace initially, but they fall off very, very quickly. Matthew Hart, he still hasn't pitted this race. He's currently done the whole race on that one tyre. And I will imagine Lamb Fogg can get ahead of him pretty quickly here. And there he pulls over the inside, but the lack of power on that Williams is going to be holding him back a lot. Of course, yes, they got the sponsorship of Red Bull, but that's not doing anything for them. That's just giving them money. As now, Thierry Headley in the Aston Martin, pretty experienced with that team. And he's now through into 16th place. He's doing a good job. As now lap 12, 3 laps to go now. Vendels came in the pits. I don't know why. It looks like he's reacting to Blade Sonic. And now the hyperdrives, they're alongside each other down the straight. Blade Sonic is going to be the one for DRS, however, he's got a bad exit to that corner. That's going to cost him some time. Vendel leaving the pits. I don't know what's happening with McLaren. I don't know what this strategy is. Adelaide, yes, he's got fresher tyres than his teammate. Well, he had fresh tyres than his teammate, but there was still no need to pit, I don't think, though, for Vendel, unless they were genuinely concerned about the late race pace. Well, if so, I'm sure Vendel will not be happy at the team. It's his first race for them. It was going well, but they brought him in the pits and just put him all the way down to P9. And now he's going to have to try and get ahead of Rafael Ferrari, who's back on the grid for the first time since 2016 after that disastrous Red Bull season. Of course, completely dropped for that team. And he's trying to fight that Ford. DRS enabled, and he's through into 8th position. So there we go. That's another place recovered for him. But he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to get anywhere near where he was before. Cable and Sebastian Campo, they're fighting it out. They can get the end of the race, but it would be very marginal. So there's still a chance these guys may be inclined to come into the pits. As Vendel moves through up into 6th position, Ocampo there in 5th. That's going to be an easy place for the American driver. Down the straight they go. And he's going to get 5th place back. But it's still a lot of work if he wants to try and break through into the top 3. I don't see that happening. Unfortunately, Vendel's proven though, he has got the pace to win races this season. Hey, potentially the championship. McLaren have the car to get the championship. Though Adelaide's still leading, his tyres though are pretty bad right now. Versio doing well, his tyres are also not in a good state. Revo will have a chance here to try and break through into 2nd place. But it looks like this race may go the way of Marcus Adelaide unless all goes wrong. Ocampo and UK will be trying their best to hold on to points. It's going to be difficult though with their tyres being in such bad state. Matthew Hart has currently stayed out the whole race distance. Now, I never thought I'd be seeing a 0 stop, especially if this is a time model, but these drivers are proving me wrong. Like, very wrong in fact. As Adelaide leads us on the final lap of this race for McLaren. Versio, he's had an excellent race. He's been like the dark horse in all this. He's in 2nd place right now. He's just been lurking in the shadows, and look what he's delivered so far. He's currently on track for 2nd place unless Revo can do anything about it. Blade Sonic in the hyperdrive has got nothing to do really. He's just driving. Same thing for Vendel in 5th position. David Sarkira's on an alright race in 6th position as well. Red Bull 7th and 8th, but they may not stay like that with the tyres of Ocampo and UK Ball. Their tyres are completely gone. Ocampo's there on 9%, UK Ball on 7. So yeah, pretty bad for the hyperdrive. As he gets overtaken there by Rafael Ferrari, I think. Oh no, he's kept it. He's kept the place. So Ferrari will be trying to get that place back, but the cable's obviously suffering more tyre wear than Ocampo. So clearly the characteristic of Red Bull being better on tyres than hyperdrive. And Ferrari passes by, but we're not looking at that right now. We're looking at Marcus Adelaide. It's been an excellent strategy. He went for the undercut. It's paid off. Marcus Adelaide wins the race. Sorry, it was an overcut that worked, sorry. Verstappen gets second place in career-breaking result. From Ravo, Blindhouse will miss out on the podium as Toretto, David Serracaro, Tom Leon, and his Ultra Capo. UK will sign skill line, but they're on zero. The punctures happened. The punctures went for the Dragon. Hyperdrive. Ocampo finishes 9th for Ferrari. That's livery. UK will look and try and get 12th, but Headley might actually change it. He gets it. Headley takes 12th at the end. UK will finish P13. Takaman Hall will get points. He's in P14 right now. And Carlos Romano, despite the disaster earlier on, will recover 1 point. And that could change some by the end of the season, who knows. Howard Sellers in 16th. There's Nicholas Palomino and Akari Sato. Well done to Matthew Hart. I know it's only P20, but the fact that he managed to do a 0 stop is just wild. Absolutely wild there. Lamphorn finished P19. That's also pretty impressive. Box R P21. Spike Stevie. So Marcus Adelaide, your race winner today, holding up the trophy. He's going to make Brazil pound for swan. It's a 1-2 for Brazilian drivers, actually. Verstappen finishes second. It's his career best. Honestly, I don't think anyone would expect that, but he's going to be absolutely happy with this. Bravo, having a much better time than other times. He's in 3rd place for Ferrari. So yeah, once again, it's another win for Marcus Adelaide. 2 seasons in a row he's won the first round of the season. Well, let's hope this is the start of something special for him. And with that, let's listen to the Brazilian national anthem. Marcus Adelaide, race winner from Verstappen, the Rainbow, let's play down Sonic, Dr. Van Dell, then Steve Sakira, Tom Leon, Ultra Ocampo, Ferrari, Livery, Headley, Cable, Van Horn, Eduardo, Silla, Palomino, Sato, Fong, Hart, Bogsarv, and Spike STB. So that's it for the Bahrain Grand Prix. I hope to see you next time when F1 Classic returns with the second round of the season. Have a good one. Goodbye.